This is the pilot of Channel 9 Howard Show that had the balls to try to take on the Dana Carvey, Phil Hartman Saturday Night Live years. And I believe 89 is the first episode. So you're sitting there watching. I wasn't a regular listener in the late 80s because of high school and all that stuff. Just having school, you couldn't hear the show. It was just impossible to. And I was too young. I kind of didn't. I'm kind of like I'm a late bloomer with dirty humor. So I don't know if it would have been lost on me at that time. So I didn't start listening every day until about 91. Hair band soundtrack, so it's like of the time. He even throws like a girl in the opening.
All right, we'll go home now. Is the hour over yet?
He's already getting lazy and
he's already over it.
Pulling that shit. 2 seconds, he's already over.
I don't believe it. Anyway, welcome to the Howard Stern Summer Show. You know who I am. I'm Howard Stern. Robin Quivers, of course, who is showing us her new breast implants.
That's right.
I mean, not implants. She had a breast operation.
No, I didn't have.
I'm looking at this the first time. Because usually when we work together on the radio.
Look at Gary in the background.
Yeah.
When I saw the Channel 9 show before I was a regular listener to the radio show, so I didn't know who these people were. And I was like, what the
Mount Rushmore of ugly in the background. Who is that?
That's about as bad as he's ever looked. Look at that.
Usually see this much cleavage.
Well, that's radio. I did this for TV.
You've been rather embarrassed.
I'm not embarrassed.
To show me the cleavage. Wow.
No,
we're seeing.
Short hair is tough for broads to pull off. Not a lot can do it. Like Halle Berry, Winona Ryder,
she's
Milano.
in her Grace Jones period here. Yeah.
Cleavage tonight. Very excited.
Very Wakandan, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
In this.
There you go.
We have a beautiful show planned. We've been planning this for months now, and I'm not even sure what we're doing. Tonight's guests are Jessica Hahn.
Yeah.
Which I think we have a really cool thing.
That's a tough booking. Wow, that's really tough to get her.
Yeah.
Fucking Massapequa's own. I want to find him shitting on SNL on the radio while this is coming out.
Yes.
Apparently, this did pretty well. Stamos congratulates him. Did you see that? He goes, congratulations, show's doing really well. Rick the Electrician. I remember this time I was living around Diamond Bar in California, working in Hollywood at Raleigh Studios, where MJ burned his hair. Before this time in LA, everyone listened to Mark and Brian.
Right.
And then boom, Howard. If we watched 90210, and David Silver has a Mark and Brian bumper sticker in his DJ booth.
Do to her. We've been planning sort of like a practical joke on her. You're going to like this. Then we got Belzer coming in to do the news with us.
Great.
We'll be doing a news thing. We also have, what else did I leave out?
All right, so they're already kind of knocking off SNL. They're having a news. By the way, and I'm going to get this to later. Did I tell you that one of the things that the bait and switch and the big fat fart of the CBS Saturday Night Show was Howard had lied to the audience and claimed that Norm Macdonald had agreed to do his own weekend update on Howard's CBS show after he had been
After he got fired.
From
Oh,
SNL.
wow.
Oh, the Zodiac Killer.
Ah, yes.
A rare interview with the Zodiac Killer.
Right.
There's Jackie Joke Page Martling, ladies and gentlemen.
Grandiose, hollow, empty promises to try to lure you in. It's just a bait and switch. This isn't going to happen, but I'm going to make you tune in because you think Norm Macdonald to seek revenge on Lorne Michaels is going to do update on my show.
Right.
We're going to shit on them the whole time, and it never happened. He didn't even appear on it, and it wouldn't matter anyway. They didn't pre-tape anything. It was all bullshit. It was all, ADHD bullshit recuts from the E! Show. It didn't matter. It wouldn't have been on anyway. Two Master, you nailed it once again. That's exactly right. If that ever was a thing, Howard was never going to pay Norm Macdonald anyway, and his agent never would have went for it.
Penthouse Joke Page.
No,
and we have over in the corner here, frightening Fred Norris as well. And, of course, boy Gary Delabate. Take a smile, Gary, for everyone. Look at those caps.
Oh,
you got some nerve.
Jesus.
Look at that.
Welcome to the ugliest television show in America.
Yes, that's a good line.
And we'll bring out Stuttering John. We have some interviews, too, that I think you're going to like. Who's on those interviews, Gary?
Dick Clark,
How nervous he is. This is Channel 9, you schmo. This is nothing to get nervous.
See, this is Howard's really different. He's really reactionary and on, and he's funny here. He's funny in this time.
Yeah, I'll give it to him for this, yeah.
Gary's a great guy to have because it empowers and galvanizes Howard to feel more confident and funnier because you have him there as a punching bag.
Yeah.
Like what guy would do this? Oh, I have 6 sidekicks while I do this, and they're all going to make me feel funnier. And
yeah, because a drowning man needs as many life rafts around him as he can possibly have. So
people are freaking out. This is Channel 9. Okay, read the Larry King thing in a second. Just cut into Jessica Hahn's dressing room. We have a hidden camera in there.
This is
We're going to freak her out.
Oh, this is great.
We're going to turn into a mental institution tonight.
That's a hidden camera.
I just want you to see that. And look how cool it looks. There it is. That is Jessica Hahn, and we will do scams on her. So Larry King says to Playboy, disc jockey Howard Stern, once more.
Howard is obsessed with, this is the weirdest show. Like, he just, like, there's no format right now. He just said, all right, I'm just going to read an article on Larry King. Right. I don't know, Jessica Hahn's. There's no format. And he's just kind of almost like he's winging it in a way, in a glorified way.
Marveled at how a guy.
You got to remember, too, he's going against that Saturday Night Live. I stayed in all the time on the week. I never went out. How could you? This is on. Saturday Night Live with Carvey and Phil Hartman's on. The NBA is. There was a lot. Wrestling was on. There was so much shit. I'm not going out.
Right.
There was so much good shit on Saturday night at that time.
Guy who looks like you has managed to score with so many women. Care to tell us how you do it? That's Playboy asking Larry King, okay? Larry King says, it's kind of funny for Howard to say that. He's quarterback of the all-ugly team.
Wow.
There he is. Now, I admit I am not a real good-looking guy. I don't say I'm a great-looking guy, but take that picture of Larry King. Can you put that, like, next to my face? Okay, I admit, all right. I'm not the greatest-looking guy, but can you see that?
What a weird show this is. Like, there's nothing like this on TV at this time.
It's true.
It's not even like a talk show format. He just comes out and it's not even a monologue. He's just like, what? You're not just like tuning in. You're like, what the hell is this? And you didn't know who he was. And you're like, he's just pissing on Larry King. Like, it's just.
Well, he had also just had the failure of the Fox pilot. And that was done in front. It was the same kind of format, but the big difference here is there's no studio audience.
You think they should have had a full-blown studio audience?
Well, my memory of the audience for the Fox pilot is that they didn't really know when to laugh. Like, it's.
Yep.
And
you don't because he's not telling traditional monologue jokes.
Set up punchline jokes, right?
He's just like kind of throwing insults and stuff, and it's in a weird rhythm and cadence. Sky Spectre said, "This is crazy." So some of the fans like don't know this ever existed. Still, it is. I mean, it's a long time ago. This is 33 years ago.
Comparison? Yeah, maybe I am as ugly as him. when a teeth thing.
Now, I think he edges you out. I think just by a nose, he edges you out.
I think our noses are pretty similar.
I even brushed my teeth this morning.
All right, good. And he's in the mood to stutter. I like that. All right, so what happened? We sent you over. Gary, come on over and help us out here. We sent you over to the Emerson Radio Awards. Yeah. Which is a sham.
Okay, I'm going to compliment John here. And yes, it will go to his head, as everything does 1,000 times over. But so here we have Stuttering John, right, doing his interviews, and they were great. He starts his Channel 9 show off, and the very first thing he does is go to John's interviews, which suggests that the John interviews are the most important part of the Howard Stern radio show.
Right.
Because this is what he leads with. Right? It just shows you this is how I became familiar with the show. When I tuned in, I almost thought John was Howard, because you knew, like, the casual fan would go, "Oh, Howard Stern, is that that Stuttering John guy who goes around asking wacky questions?" People knew when they didn't know the radio show.
It's where old disc jockeys get together and give themselves awards. Let me see Walter Mondale.
That's real good.
The only reason I would say Allison Steele, because isn't that
I spit on her.
The one where John spit at her. He got in the middle of a stutter, and he spit in this woman's eye.
All right, watch this. This will come up. Here it is.
How are you doing? I voted for you. Good. No one else can make that statement. I am a Democrat, and too bad the Republicans keep on winning, but we got to beat them, right? All right. Listen, how'd you get the nickname Fritz? My middle name is Frederick. So how does that? Fritz is a derivative, I guess. Kids call me Fritz. Were you afraid that Ferraro would get cramps in office? crazy. Okay, I'm sorry. Did Billy Carter ever vomit in the White House? I stutter, I'm sorry.
I think that also he's trying not to laugh at John's stutter. I think that's what's going on, too, here.
I'm
And
sure.
your stutter gets worse, right? As you get more nervous.
That was the best one, the vomit.
No, I hear you. I'm going to say one final thing. Could you,
Now, for these guys, it's a very big moment, right? Because they're not. Howard's the only one who's been on TV, and they're the E show's not on yet. So, in terms of like Tri-State, it's a really big moment for John and Gary and Fred and Jackie. They've never been on television before.
See, we actually can't get stars on this show. We've interviewed Jessica Hahn now 9,000 times. So what we do is we send John out to sort of
Give Howard credit here. He's owning the fact they can't get anyone to do this.
check out Allison's Field. Here we go.
Allison, yes. What's the wildest thing that ever happened to you sexually while you were on the air?
Oh, this is one of Howard's questions. Nothing sexually ever happened to me on the air.
Come on.
He actually sounds like Penny Crone.
I'm like you.
I have told this to Howard a million times. When I'm on the air, I'm working.
All right, now is
How
it
do
coming
you
up?
make love to a Negro?
Oh my God! Right out of the gate, 5 minutes into the show, there's the first racist comment. The night bird right off.
I don't divulge my private life on the air.
Oh, come on, Allison.
Oh, what? Come on.
Have you ever made love to a Negro?
Listen.
Wow. If you're tuning into this, you're like, what the fuck is going? This is crazy shit to just be on, and Channel 9's fine with it. It's not even done out of irony. It's just they think it's just funny to hear that word and hear that question.
Right.
They want to say the ER. They want to say the hard ER, but they won't say it. They're not taking the risk.
Well, and I think there's a little bit of like, they want to play on the white guilt of the people that they're interviewing. But yeah, I think it's mostly to get that word out on the air.
Tamara Francois says, I know the word he wants to use, and I hate this. There's times where it's not meant to be derogatory, Housey, but this was meant to be derogatory. Yeah. They want to use the hard ER. Here's the interesting thing about this.
I tried to get Mr. T here today, but...
Hi, nice to see you. How have you been?
Good.
Lovely to see you.
Hey, look how nice Belle's dressed on television.
Thin bells.
That's right.
A very thin black
How are
Duke
you?
bell.
Bells, you're a rainbow. You look gorgeous.
I'm not showing enough.
Yeah,
Where's the funeral bell?
Let's see those nipples.
I feel overdressed.
Let's see those nipples, Bells.
How's that?
Very few people know that Richard Belzer is a celebrity, of course, in his own right, but his wife,
You know how SNL is the thing with that show, people go, oh, you don't realize every line is scripted. If you go off the page, you're gonna get fired. Everything they do is this is the antithesis of that. This is absolutely there may be an outline at best, but they could just do whatever they want here. There's nothing about this that's scripted. And the funny thing is, you have Dennis Miller on NBC doing news, an update, and he's the knockoff of Richard Belzer, who is doing Howard's news, right against him, which is bizarre. I don't even think they know that.
And was Belzer coming into the radio show to sit in for Robin's news, like before Miller?
Yeah, he was as regular as it got with that. Yeah, he was, he's like a news junkie, and he's the perfect guy. He was really like tailor-made for that shit.
Right.
Is a great star as well.
Belzer was a Scarface. I didn't know that.
And we should show some of. She was the star of Lady.
And that's a joke because of Belzer's complexion.
Right.
Belzer, Seal, and Bryan Adams. And who's that guy? Robert Davi, that crazy conservative actor.